Like, women will dip their toe and men will throw in their whole fucking body into a pool and just wait for, like, you know, the sharks to catch bait. And it's like, it doesn't come with a lot of self-respect from the men, because why do you need to, like, just, like, don't you also want to, you know, look for, is this Barbie? And it's absolutely possible for men to feel that way and feel connected with another person, but they need to first of all, like, gain some self-respect and not just, like, go after any woman that gives them the time of day. Like, we're looking for your ultimate connection, your partner, maybe not in your whole life, because again, like, I don't think we need to attribute real true love that lasts like forever. Like, it's okay if it doesn't last forever, but again, you kind of know when it's the right relationship, it will last like pretty long. And I'd say even 10 years with somebody is like a pretty big chunk of your life. That's still worth something. You can see a woman as a person and feel a connection. You really can. Just get over your fucking ego. Get over your toxic masculinity. Get over this feeling of like you being owed something, all right? A connection is not something you're owed, I want to say, unless you put in the work into yourself and you actually give that sort of love and compassion and validation for yourself. Because if you don't give it for yourself, how the fuck are you expecting it in return? And how do you think you're going to be able to manage that when you don't even know how to manage it with yourself? And you have no experience managing it with other people, that's for certain. And you're not going to get out this person because this person actually likes themselves. And you're going to resent them for that because you don't. And you're going to rely on them because of their self-confidence and self-worth. They're going to give it to you. They're going to validate that for you. Somehow going to magically transfer that feeling into your vessel of a human body. No. That's not how that works, baby goo. That's not how that works, baby boo. Women, they just have this inner knowing about when it's like the person that makes sense for them in any which way possible. Even if it's just like for hookups. But men, I feel like, are way more, let me just throw my whole body. Like, there's a guy for every girl, there's a girl for every guy. Math, human math. But like, men are just so obsessed with clutching onto the thing that they feel like gives them that feeling and has enough value for them to feel like, oh, I'm not actually compatible or happy or feel like I can be myself with this person, but let me just stay put because I'm too scared to release myself back into that place where I could potentially get rejected and it would increase to my like level of low self-esteem and trigger my insecurities. So I'd rather just not like have to do that all over again. Let me stay with this person, even though we've clearly outgrown each other. There's no feelings anymore. And for a lot of times what happens with guys is they'll get in relationships with women they didn't even actually like to begin with. It was just convenient for whatever reason, or they like being with this person, the value that the woman gave them and like the validation, sort of more superficial things, inauthentic behaviors from the start that kind of just like kept you in a relationship longer. And it was just, you know, easier to stay put than move, like leave. Because the women always want to stay in the hopeful state. They also don't want to go back into the world. They sort of cling on because it's like, oh, this is good enough for me to serve the purpose that I need a woman to serve for me. Because men don't also actually think they deserve to be in love and can have those feelings for another person and feel connected on that level. They think it's all like romantic movies and rom-coms and like not realistic, and girls just living in hopeless romantic fantasy land. But this shit has happened in real life. And learn some emotional intellect. Get in touch with their emotions. Get in touch with their feelings. Ask themselves, like, what kind of a connection do you want? What feeling do you think that will fulfill? Can you let go of your fucking idea of, like, toxic masculinity and, like, being romantic for a woman and cleaning up after yourself? And I think that's created this problem of, like, people relying on dating apps because it sort of cuts the middleman, and, you know, immediately you're, like, reassured that a girl likes you if she swipes on you based on your appearance, and you don't have to go through that whole, like, stress of talking to a person in public and, like, the potential threat of you being creepy or weird. But again, like, as a woman, if a man were to come up to me that I personally did not find attractive or feel attracted to, and they were to come up to me and ask me for my number, if I was single or if I was interested in going out for coffee, and I were to say, oh, thank you so much, I appreciate that, but like, no thank you, I'm not interested. And if you were to just be like, all good, have a great day, see you later, and not take it personally, because women could also just not want to go on a date for literally 100 different reasons, and they don't always have to do with you.